Welcome to the EI platform. Short video will introduce you to the tools and features you will use as you create and edit the various survey units or polygons representing the land cover land use types found within your area of analysis. Here we see the basic mapping interface of the screening module, with a table of contents located along the left edge of the screen and the majority of the screen utilized as the mapping area. The mapping interface and editing tools that we find in the screening module are also available in the design module, with the exception that in the design module, you can collapse a table of contents, maximizing the mapping area. In the mapping area, a number of toolboxes are available. There's toolboxes for selecting the base map, adding a new survey unit, editing existing survey units, adjusting the editing settings, selecting what layers are visible, and a set of hotkeys that are available to aid in digitizing your survey unit. Let's explore each of these in a little more detail, starting with the base map. By selecting the base maps icon, we can see that we have a number of initial base maps available for us to use. Since we are digitizing our survey units from aerial imagery, it is very important that the imagery be relatively current, have clear resolution with no or minimal cloud cover, and that we have a true vertical perspective of the site we are digitizing. As we see, our mapping interface has several built-in aerial imagery services that can be selected, and there's also two additional sources of imagery that are available from the map box in Bing Maps that we can turn on and off in the Select Visible Layers toolbox. We recommend that you toggle through the available imagery and select the one that's best for your particular area of interest. In heavily urban areas, especially those that are in the urban core where multi-story buildings are relevant, you'll want to select the imagery that has the closest to vertical perspective available. In some cases, there may not be a good vertical imagery that is available, but in that case, we can draw the survey units using the OpenStreetMaps layer, which will have building footprints. In the Select Imagery layer, you have the option to turn on and off the layers that are visible and associated with the analysis area. We can turn off, say, the survey units, turn them back on, or we can select either the map box or the Bing Maps imagery. So also note in the map box and Bing Maps imagery, there are extra other imagery in here. And for instance, here we're using the map box imagery, but we're using the NAIP, which is a agricultural web imagery in the United States. We can turn that over to strict satellite imagery and instead make our Bing map box imagery visible and by just selecting that. The hotkeys are always available and are especially useful when you're editing or creating survey units. These hotkeys allow you to pan across the screen or move the screen as you're digitizing, rotate the map perspective, toggle on or off the snapping, which we'll talk about a little bit later, and delete any mistakenly or accidentally placed vertices that while you're digitizing your survey units. As I mentioned, the editing settings is where we can adjust our snapping settings that we use when we're digitizing new survey units or splitting an existing survey unit. Snapping will cause the survey unit vertices you create through digitizing to snap or automatically connect to the boundary or vertice of an existing survey unit, or you can snap them to the site or analysis area. The snapping tolerance you can set is the distance from an existing line or vertex where the new vertex you're digitizing will automatically snap or connect to the existing one. We recommend that this tolerance be set to 10 and that we only turn on snapping when necessary. For instance, when you want to make sure that you snap a new vertex to start at a corner of a building or to snap to a particular line that you want to use. In addition here, you can also toggle on and off which layers you'll be snapping to, and we recommend that you leave the snapping only to the survey units when you're digitizing, unless for some reason you need to snap to your outer boundary of the site or analysis area. This concludes our simple overview of the EI platform mapping interface. We will discuss the Add New Survey Unit and editing toolbars and also demonstrate them along with how we use all these toolbars in conjunction in digitizing survey units in a second video entitled Digitizing Survey Units. This video also defines use cases of when to use add new survey unit, or whether we should be using our editing tool. We hope that this video has been informative and it helps you to navigate the EI platform mapping interface. Thank you for watching.